What's going on, y'all? In this video, get your money, but don't worship it. Money is just a tool, but if you make it your everything, then you sure to have some problems. If you make it your almighty goal, if you make it your God, if you worship it, if you put everything below money and money above everything else, then you gonna have some issues. So just understand that, and then, yeah, we can move forward. But yeah, I want to put that basic template in your head. So like, worshiping money is the culture that we in. This is what the fuck we do here in America and just worldwide. Now, yes, they've made money more important than food and water and love. It ain't more important than food and water, but it is more important than love. Money is more important than love, because as they say, love don't pay the bills. And all of that type of shit, man, goddamn. They just really getting you fear-based, but programming you with shit like, don't nothing matter but death and taxes, or that's the only thing guaranteed. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And in a lot of aspects, I can agree. Because truly, y'all, if you're not at least money focused and oriented toward a long-term goal of money, you gonna really have some issues in this world. But once you make it your motherfucking ultimate pursuit, once you put money above everything else, you really gonna have some issues in this world. So yeah, let's just reel it back in, y'all. Worship self or worship truth, if anything. Yeah, I ain't even here to tell you to worship God, because look where that has the world. Because you worshiping something, and then you got evil people ruling your life, raising the taxes, raising inflation, raising the cost of living, all while you worshiping God, being some child trying to get into heaven. Now, it's okay to be humble, to be Christ-like, to be all of the things that religion has to offer, but yeah, don't fall too deep into that worship. Don't fall too deep into that religious identification. Real shit. But at the same time, money is really, they say it's the root of all evil. They say the love of it is the root of all evil. And I can say that's true, because what's evil? Bad, violent, fucked up, just doing crazy shit. And that's what people do for money. But at the same time, like, get your money and do what you gonna do to get it. Like, some people really sacrifice the fuck out of self, sacrifice others, and then sacrifice their image, all type of shit for the almighty dollar. But yeah, it's such a goddamn paradox, because we need it to live, and we have the ability to get infinite amounts of it. But the reason not to worship it is just because, y'all, this shit is like, for one, just some made up shit that they print. It's just like the game. It's the cheese of life. They call it cheese, and you in a rat race getting the cheese, and that's it. So like, yeah, I love money, and I got money, and I want more money. All right, so that's okay. It's okay to want your money. It's okay to get money. It's okay if you working right now, if you want to clock right in this second. It's okay if you listening to any information on the internet to benefit you and make you get more money. Like, that's all good. Do that. But once you make it your God, once you make it your almighty goal and pursuit, then for one, people can manipulate you. For one, you gonna crash out. For one, you just attached. You way too attached to cash. You way too attached to the outcome. You way too attached to the future. And I get it. We all want material things. That money is gonna help us live good. That money is gonna help us get the shit that we want. But like, in what cases have you seen anybody that just obsesses over money really end well for them? Most people obsess over service and feeling good and happiness, and then that just gets them more money and more happiness. But people that really just put money and material items over everybody else, they end up dead or in jail or constantly getting their heart broke. It's because money is such a thing that if you just chase it, it'll make you ignorant to everything else in life. It'll make you ignorant to self. It'll make you ignorant to the whole totality and picture of this game of life. So like, it's such a big deal what I'm saying, but I also want to make sure I balance y'all out and not just be too far out of actuality by saying that money ain't everything, because it really kind of fucking is. It's more important than love, that's for sure. Love yourself, but goddamn, just know Your loving relationship is not going to fare well in this world if you ain't got much cash to keep it afloat. Money is the root of all of that shit. So, like, you got to find your balance. You got to find your balance with it all, you as the individual. You ultimately got to find out, like, how much money you want to make and how much or what you going to be doing to get that money. How much time and energy and sacrifices you willing to make to get more of that cash. Because, yeah, we all got the opportunity to do that here in America, but we also all got the opportunity to just fall into the traps that money creates. And it's literally everything. It's literally everything. Your car, your clothes, your food, the entertainment, all of this whole consumption culture is literally just here to feed off your pockets and advertise you to get up and work hard and make more money. This whole concept and culture of working hard, being disciplined, grinding, getting the stacks, getting the cheese. I get it. Like, you are provided protection, more resources, more food, a safer living, better housing, your car, all of the good financial shit that happens when you work hard, stack your money. You can invest, nigga, we can become millionaires. But it's just a whole cycle of working hard and chasing the cheese within this little systematic scheme and game that the whole world is up under. So, like, just don't worship it, y'all. And again, yeah, don't worship God either. Whatever the fuck image or religion that you done been put under in your culture. Worship yourself. Worship truth. And that's it, bruh, sis. Yeah, I ain't that turned up right now, but I just wanted to deliver this quick message, man, oh man, because that's so vital. It's so important for you to really get your priorities in check, because a lot of people, you either chasing money and only thinking about money, and you still ain't getting and grasping it to the amount and degree that you want, or people is just obsessed with attention, obsessed with the image that they got in other people's heads. So you constantly posting shit, you constantly trying to be seen in a certain way. You're just too attached to this world. You too attached to people. You too attached to material items. You too attached to what you can buy. Fucking possessions. Too attached to the ego. Essentially, y'all, attachment and detachment, that paradox, man, it is the root of everything, and it's what's gonna really save and change your life. I could really say that the ultimate spiritual game is about power and detachment. The more power that you have and the more detached that you are from this world, from people, from real relationships and what they do and don't do, from your family, from your job, and from your bank account, from your financial situation, from this idea of having to learn and gain all of this financial knowledge and then stay so disciplined and in tune with it. And again, I am working on that process. I am learning a lot financially. I'm saving money and investing and stacking and putting it away and making sure that I got money for a rainy day. Making sure that my parlays is hitting, making sure that I'm looking at the right stocks to invest in, making sure my energy levels in my body is good to continue working these 2 jobs I got consistently, making sure I can record these videos and give y'all the message. So trust me, I'm extremely focused on money. I'm extremely focused on wealth building. But I guess I got to really just put this whole disclaimer out there for y'all to just not worship it. You focus on your chakras. This is part of worshiping self, but it's also just about self-mastery and seeking perfection, because your thoughts is the only thing that you can perfect. And everybody is always going to be somebody with more money. Before I get into the energy and the spirituality, I'm about to talk about the root chakra and the importance of that. That's your security, that's your groundedness, that's your literal security in your base, in yourself, with or without money, with or without people, with or without a group. Your root chakra, your groundedness, your security on this planet. The Holy Land is where you stand. So before I get into that, let me just talk about the scale of money. So you got $200,000 and lower is basically middle class. But once you get 200,000 to $1 million to $5 million, basically upper class. Then once you get to 5 million to 10 million, then you got upper class. Just a higher tier. And you get up to the 20 million to 100 million to 500 million, the wealthy, the extremely wealthy. Then once you get up to the trillions and the billions, That's just the whole level of fucking controlling countries, controlling whole systems and economies, bloodlines of wealth. The whole people that really started the whole banking scheme and system and keep the shit going. Got their hands in every little bit of every aspect of this planet. They're outside of the time system. They don't need to pay bills. They don't need to, that everything is literally forever financed. Basically, that's also what retirement is. Retirement is long-term financial freedom. It's when your investments and your residual income literally is continuously bringing in money to the day that you die. So basically, short-term financial freedom is when you got enough money to hold you over a month or two or years. You might have some short-term financial freedom. You might have money consistently coming in, but you still have to work a little bit. You still have to keep that going. When you got that real long-term financial freedom, that retirement, it's when you got your investments, your whatever product you've been selling all of these years, you just got this residual income coming in and it's sustaining your lifestyle where you don't have to do shit, or you got a whole system of people working up under you. Just take the CEO of Walmart. Nigga don't ever have to work again because it's a whole system keeping that money flowing for his life and his whole bloodline and generations. So that's that, y'all. Basically, it'll allow you to really relax. But goddamn, if you a man and you in a relationship with a woman or you dating women, it really ain't no time to relax. And none of the pillars of existence, being emotional, mental, physical, financial, and spiritual, is no time to relax. You need to be on 10 at all times. And for women, y'all really need to be on 10 in all the other ways except financial. Y'all really need to not worship money. And that's the thing. This world has really created women to worship money even more than men. But y'all not even really worshiping the hard work to get the money. Y'all just worshiping the idea of money and stacks of cash in y'all hands one way or another. And y'all got the ability to attract that because of men in this world and how this game of life is set up. Even though that shit is going to run out over time. But you got that ability. Y'all really don't have to go out and put in the sweat equity and the labor that men is more so inclined to be doing. Men, you ain't really gonna be nobody giving you no money above age 21. Real shit. You really gonna have to work hard if you want money. And then, of course, we all know that we all in agreement. We living in this controlled society. We all in this shit. We all goddamn fucking choosing to live and pay bills, whether you got any type of monthly bills or a job. You could be living with somebody, living with your parents. You could have your own apartment, your own house. If you living in this controlled society and somehow you got internet and a cell phone, you 9 times out of 10 is affected by money, need to make some money to sustain your lifestyle. So that's that. That's motherfucking that. All right, y'all. The root chakra. This is your grounded emotions. This is you and your base. This is your subconscious programming. This is how comfortable you feel. This is how calm you feel. This is how composed you are. And I want to let y'all know something. My channel, I've had this channel for 6 years now. Coming up on April 12th, that would have been my very first mushroom trip that YouTube done stripped from the internet. They done stripped all of my mushroom videos, but I still got the acid vlogs. And again, look forward to more acid content coming soon. Y'all, the brain is incredible. The brain and faith and believing and trusting in spirit and the divine mystery of life paired with psychedelics, man, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I've taken a lot of time to just really figure out life and be able to give y'all solutions and answers and perspectives and tools and tricks regardless of psychedelics. Even people that don't intend to ever use psychedelics. But yeah, it's real and it's deep and it makes life way more spiritual when you under the psychedelic influence. So I could talk about psychedelics all day, but let's reel it back into the cash flow. Basically, y'all, we talking about the root chakra right now. Your groundedness, your leg muscles, your butt. How strong is you? How solid is you? Can you be moved off center? Can you be pushed around? Mind you, it's always going to be somebody bigger. It's always going to be somebody with more money. And that's the reason to chill when it comes to that money pursuit. Elon Musk got like 400 billion. Jeff Bezos, Trump, Palantir, all of these companies, CEOs, like the scale of money is vast, y'all. And yeah, it's black people out here, billionaires, Kanye, Jay-Z, Oprah. And you got black 500 millionaires, real estate agents, crypto investors, stock trade people, fucking Myron Gold, Alex Hermosi. It's motherfuckers out here with big stacks of cash, even young black niggas. Shout out to y'all. It's a lot of people out here with a lot of money. So wherever you fall in that scale, you know, it's the people that's gonna be under $60,000 a year, under $100,000 a year. Cause even people under $100,000 a year is in a lot of cases still living check to check because of poor financial structure. So it's a lot of little diagnoses and symptoms of all of this whole money system. But however much you got, however much you don't got, understand that your root chakra is the base of you. And fuck, like I said, y'all, I started my channel 6 years ago, and I've been focused on the root chakra. Really haven't moved too far up above it. Y'all wonder why I don't have more music out? Y'all wonder why I don't post more? It's because I've been focused on the root chakra of my life and being able to express and share root chakra understandings to y'all. Because not saying that it's the most important. Every chakra is equally important, but it is your base. It is your foundation. If you got a building built up tall and high, but the base is weak, what the fuck is gonna happen to that building? It's gonna topple. It's gonna fall down. It's gonna be shaky in the wind. So you don't want to be like that. No matter your size, no matter your age, no matter your weight, no matter your height. Now again, all of the physical shit, working out and having money, that shit just helps add to your groundedness. It helps add to your root chakra. It helps add to your calm, to your composure, to your strength, to your control. But you can have that shit all off mental power. That's what I want y'all to know. You literally got to do the work yourself, though. It's your own game of life. It's your shadow work. You got to tap in so relentlessly with self. And just look at thinking like working out for the brain. The more thinking, the more reading, the more researching, the more you choose to pay attention, the more you choose to fucking push through and get through that little heat, that little energy, that little energy of resistance that you feel when you start paying attention to a book and reading it more than 2 pages. That resistance that you get from listening to a lecture or a video past 15, 30 minutes to an hour, and you want to get on social media, you want to scroll, you want to call, you want to text somebody. No, focus. Get your mental right. Get your mental right. Because it's a lot of shit that I could tell you. It's a lot of perspectives I can give you. But the biggest thing is that you got to know thyself. You got to do the shadow work. You got to figure out your own needs, wants, and desires. You got to go on the internet and figure out what you need to look up for yourself. Not what you need to know to be able to talk and converse and know what the rest of the world is talking about and doing. You need to look it up for yourself. Figure out your own problems, your own things that you need to solve about yourself. And then probe deeply. Because even they ain't going to have the answers. I ain't going to have the answers. The book ain't going to have the answers. The Bible ain't going to have the answers. The Quran ain't going to have the answers. The Torah is not going to have the answers. Bhagavad Shiva is not going to have the answers. So you got to look inside yourself and find the answers. But beside that, y'all, understand that the Holy Land is where you stand. Look up a book called Chakras Beyond Beginners by David Pond. The best and only chakra book you'll ever need. But the root chakra understanding is endless, y'all. Mula Hardra. I'm actually post a whole video talking about the root chakra. But right now, as I'm telling y'all to not worship money, just understand that the alternative to money is your spiritual, energetic technology. Your chakra system is your ability to stay grounded, to stay poised, to stay in control. Again, it's tied in with your subconscious. So your subconscious programming is deep. Rap creates a lot of psychosis. Music in general creates a lot of psychosis because your brain, your subconscious mind can't differentiate between you and the artist that you listening to when you listening to rap music. You listening to some shit and it's going hard, it's turning you up. Your subconscious is just taking their words like it's you saying it. And then 9 times out of 10, you singing along, you just all immersed in they energy and they words and they magic. That's why you really need to be careful with the programming that you choosing, especially the music that you choose to plug into your ears. I realized that shit just today, just at the gym, that that's why everybody is under such deep programming by this music, because your subconscious mind don't know the difference between what you programming into it and then what all of the music and all of the different artists is programming into your mind. That's why everybody is just a mixed up clone copy of all of the artists and entertainers and celebrities that we see, because you consuming so much of other people's information, so much of other people's energy, so much of other people's creativity and words and their ritualized writing, their writing and their words and their language and their dialogue. It's just getting all into your subconscious brain, scrambling and twisting you up. You could change your programming instantly, because if you know you want money, or if you know you want peace, if you know you want happiness, then plug into some happiness and peaceful and money-making frequencies, rather than murderous, killing, sexual music that's making you a violent thinking, angry, lustful, impatient person. But actually probably not y'all if you watching this far and if you fucking with me. But just know that's what's going on with everybody else that you know. All of the music and energy and shit that they influencing themselves with is deep, is real, is trill. And that's how that shit go. So yeah, basically just tune into different frequencies. Read different books, different chakra affirmations. All can evolve your root chakra. Go on YouTube, look up different affirmations for the root chakra. I am grounded. I am strong. I am present. And that's another thing that is big on, is your presence. Because all you got is the present moment right here. But because of your subconscious programming, you can be rooted in the past, always think about the past, always think about what you could have did, or you could be so living deep in the future, flighty, anxiety, not wanting to focus on the present moment, fearful of the present moment, just wanting to get it over with. Whether you're at your job, you conversing with somebody, you in an uncomfortable setting or situation, you just ready and thinking about the future. No, bro, get your root chakra right. Sis, tap in. Miss, tap in. Tap into your root chakra. It's red. Red is the first primary color of earth. It's also our primal nature of self. It's our animalistic nature. It's our beast. It's that side of us that needs to defend self. And it's not even the sexuality of us. It's more so the reproductive side of us. It's that side of us that wants to either have a baby or not have a baby. It's that side of us that wants to procreate. It's our side of us that has a positive attitude toward life and nature, or a negative attitude toward life and nature. That shit is all in your root chakra, and it's all in your subconscious programming. So you need to probe that and figure out self. Because another thing that I witness on people is that once you're in a situation where somebody is questioning you, where somebody may have your perspective up against the wall, you can get a little shaky. And I think that's because people don't even be probing deep enough as to how much they care about something. For one, how much do you even care to have an opinion on this? How much do you even care to be right or truthful or knowledgeable about this certain subject? Because we ain't gonna know everything, and it's always gonna be something new for you to learn. But again, like when somebody is questioning you, somebody is talking to you about something, you may get a little anxious. You maybe start talking fast. You may be feeling like you gotta defend a certain topic, something getting sensitive or touchy. Bro, you need to probe all of your thoughts. You need to probe deep into your perspective on a lot of things. You need to accept the things that you don't know and accept that you will not know everything. You need to accept that, goddamn, this is just life. This is just life. You got a root chakra. It's your subconscious programming, y'all. Your subconscious programming. So why the fuck did I just say that? I feel like it needed to be said. I can just sense it. I can just sense my people being questioned by older people, by people with money, by people with status, by people with a certain aura about them, and then you feeling nervous, you feeling off. Don't do that. It's okay. Whatever somebody can try to do, because really people do be trying to spiritually intimidate and then use you as something to step on to make themselves look and feel better. So y'all got to be ready for that. And it don't matter who you is, don't matter what you look like, don't matter what you got, because you go into a different and unfamiliar situation and environment, people gonna treat you like you nobody. So you got to get used to that, man. And then of course it's just sharks out here that can see through, that can choose to intimidate, that can choose to mentally or intellectually probe and back your ass into a corner. So just know it's not about being the smartest. It's not about being the toughest. It's not about being the strongest. You want to be level-headed and know thyself and accept thyself and be able to laugh at thyself. You don't need to be constantly moving around with an angry face, with a desire face, with a not being satisfied with the present moment. Is that because you don't have a lot of money, or the amount of money that you want, or the amount of money that you've been programmed to think that you want? Let it all go. Don't worship that fucking money. Don't worship that fucking dollar bill. It's literally just that, y'all. All right, so last part of the video, let's get into Baal. B-A-A-L. Y'all been hearing a lot about Baal. Iran actually is the country that burned the statue of Baal right somewhere in the middle of it. They fucking burnt that shit. That was a response to the Western motherfucking ideology of how much they worship the bull, aka the material. The house of Taurus and astrology is based on material possessions, looks. All right, so basically, y'all, the story, when you trace it all the way back, it goes from Moses in the Bible getting the 10 Commandments. He basically was, this is a mythology, it's a story. I just told you another worshiper, I'm talking about the Bible, but I'm using this as an allegory. Moses in the Bible, he got the 10 Commandments from God. What did he do? He went down from the mountain and saw his followers worshiping the golden calf. He said, no, we're moving on into the age of Aries. I just got these 10 Commandments from God, and y'all are still down here worshiping the fucking golden calf. That was the age of Taurus. We're not in that astrological age anymore. It's all a story. It's all a mythology. So essentially, you know, the story goes that the reason they worship Baal, the bull or the horned figure, is because that's a deity that they use to, basically, it's all about material. It's all about wealth. It's all about opulence, luxury. And that's what they have this whole world under. Wall Street, they got that golden bull somewhere in Chicago, I think. They always want a bull market. This is all word spell, and it's all tied in with Baal worship, the horned deity. Sacrifice to Baal, sacrifice for material, sacrifice for luxury. All right, so again, like I said, the story of it traces all the way back to Moses. And again, that's just the mythology. Some people actually accurately record it and say it was about 6,000 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And then the astrological wheels change. Of course, now we're all in the age of Aquarius. We just left out of the age of Pisces, which was the age of belief. And that was also the age and time of Jesus Christ. Of course, Jesus was this fisherman. He had all type of fish mythology assigned to him, turning bread into fish, water into wine. So that was the age of Pisces. And of course, everyone believing in Jesus Christ, Christianity, religion, the Bible, believing in these theories and ideas, because it was the age, the energetic age that was conducive with that. And now we're in the age of Aquarius, the age of technology, the age of advancement, the age of AI, the age of more enlightenment, more understanding, more truth. So here we are, y'all, just going along with the theme of it. I go with the grain, not against it. I go with the grain, not against it. I went against the grain a lot to get to where I'm at. Went against the cultural grain, went my own way, went my own path. And again, I know that that's shit. It was easy for me because I'm an only child, and I believe it was more so in my path. But for y'all, maybe a little bit harder to go against the grain. Maybe a little bit harder to even think about questioning money around your friends, trying to tell people, you know, money actually maybe isn't everything. Maybe we shouldn't just be focusing and talking and thinking about money all day. Maybe it's more shit that we can be doing. Maybe money is actually the root of a lot of the evil and bad things that go on in the world. And it absolutely is, y'all. Money is the blockage of energy in the system. It's not the flow, it's not the currency, it's actually the blockage, because you can't go certain places without money. You can't do certain things without money. If you don't have or living in a certain tax bracket, there's a lot of shit that's not allowed for you to do. It's the blockage of energy in the system. Y'all, it's the currency for people that like it. Like I said, y'all, you know, I'm well aware of all of this shit. I told y'all, when you want money, just think positive. When you working, when you on the clock, when you making your money, when you doing the thing that makes you money, think positive. Because if you in it, you might as well be in it to win it. There's no need to think negative about money in itself, but I'm just here to tell you not to worship it. And then once you take all of life in totality, then you can see exactly the role that money plays. Of course, everybody is just controlled by it. Everybody is controlled by it, and everybody uses money to control other people. So it's become such an important tool and device. It really is like water, currency. It's like air, it flows, but it's it's synthetic, it's man-made, it's an idea, it's a construct. It has everybody wrapped in under a belief system and just using it, worshiping it. But it is what it is. So we might as well think positively about it, but we will observe the negative of it, just as everything else in this life, in this fucking game of life. We will observe the negative side of it, but then also view it as a positive, because there's no need to be polarized on one end of the scale saying money is bad or money is good. I hate money or I love money. I'm indifferent. I'm neutral to this shit. It's a motherfucking tool to help get you more things. And it actually is a very logical and reasonable and sane tool. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta fucking bring 10 cows to get 1,000 pounds of bricks. You goddamn can just go buy the 1,000 pounds of bricks and keep your 10 cows, because cash is just that medium. It's just that trade. It's just that motherfucking currency. It is something very unique and special and technical. And of course, y'all, I realize too, America, English, it's a pacifying language. Very last thing I'm gonna say. It's a pacifying language. We use these intricate words and deep syllables. We can talk with such a mid and low voice. Then you got the contrast of it. Ebonics, hood, slang talk, screaming, nigga, fuck, bitch, shit. Bread, cash, cream, rules. But on the other end, you also got foreigners. Look at how much energy they speak with. It's because their language is not as intellectually complex as the English language. But this is a pacifying language because they got to keep us subdued. It's the alpha beta. It's the alpha bet. It means it's a lower vibration. All right? So, yeah, I heard that somewhere. I don't fully have a breakdown of that, but I know it's accurate. Alpha, beta, the lower frequencies, and it's the lower mental frequencies. We use the alphabet. So, yeah, man, it pacifies people. It keeps people at a lower state. It just has you listening slowly, paying attention to words. And then, like, all of the word salad and legal shit that they have us all wrapped up into. Money is just that complex and complicated, too, the way that they have made this financial system. It's all pacifying. It all has to make you like a civil, satanic person. You have to be calm, but satanic at the same time. Calm, but selfish. Calm, but ruthless. Calm, but like willing to see other countries and people bleed for your bottom line, for your base desire. But you got to be calm and civilized and smart and intellectual, because clearly that's what wins in this world. It truly is. Just as English is a pacifying language and all of that high energy talk is a route, and it is a route of power, and it is some of our, as native people, our original way. And the English is the white man's invention. All melanated people speak a way more aggressive language, are way more athletic, and are way more in tune with nature. So really it gets down to just this spiritual way of living versus an intellectual human way of living, which is the linguistics, which is the Queen's English. It's a much more sly way of doing things rather than an all out, in your face, authentic, genuine Spanish speaking culture, Russian speaking culture, Indians. They seem to scream way more than Americans do. So wanted to let that be clear too, but that has to be done to keep America and the dollar as the global trusted income, or the global trusted, reserve currency, even though that seems to be shaken in so many ways. So just be careful, y'all. But I do want to let y'all know, if you participate in a controlled society, get your money, get your cash, and do it fast. Just go hard and be able to protect your family, be able to send money to somebody who need it, be able to buy some food for yourself or for anybody else, because we all in this shit together, y'all. As citizens, we need to be strong for one another. But get your fucking money, because there's a lot of turbulent changes, and working hard and falling back on some cash is that one thing you know that is an automatic non-negotiable as to what's going to work, as to what's going to be an automatic success, as to what's going to be a good, a benefit amongst all of the other chaos and bullshit that you can go through in this world. All of the relationship ups and downs, all of dealing with love, dealing with your health, dealing with this media and the news and all of the bullshit and things that you hear. Fall back on it and get your money. But as soon as you make money your ultimate worship, you're lost. You're done. It's over with. Because even the main billionaires and head entrepreneurs in this world, money was not their main goal. Service or mastery of some product, of some service, of something, of some invention was their main goal. Mastery of some art, some entertainment is never really money. And those that do use rap or entertainment or some service to just get money, they usually end up crashing out. They usually end up dead or in jail. They usually end up just constantly having ego deaths and always having to fall back and cry and battle self. So is that the life y'all want? You got to really just ask yourself these questions. You got to ask yourself these questions. But I love y'all, man. Stay godlike. Stay absolutely godlike.